Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining me once again today, and welcome back to Panzer General. So, I have made a couple of changes to the army since the last battle. Infantry all the same, and you have Shandel and the Priest of Handola, our two heroes there. I fired one of our fire beetles, because they're just fallen behind a little bit. I know they had experience and all that, that was pretty cool, but I felt they couldn't keep up, and I thought the centaurs that we have, especially with these volunteers that we got, were going to be enough for now. I used the extra slot to hire an Eagle Rider, which is a Sky Hunter unit that has higher stats than our Flying Snakes, except for this one, who's doing very well for himself, but higher base stats than the Flying Snakes. And I upgraded our apprentices to Conjurers, who have the Death Wounds spell, and a pretty good skirmish magical attack. So, we still have 65 gold. Research-wise, we're doing pretty well. We're advancing towards Pistoliers, Auxilia, and Werebears. We will research pikemen at some point here, too. We're also getting Ogre Centaurs for cavalry. That'll be terrifying to see. And Green Dragons. So, for now, I think we are going to attack the Carovian Peninsula, where we've been told a mysterious mech master should reside. So, it appears Aelkar's greed is greater than his wisdom. The Council of Five has scried the Carovian Peninsula and found that Aelkar the Shadow Wizard still holds the mechmaster Ferris prisoner in the Iron Tower. Though his delay in removing Ferris has provided Aelkar with additional units, it is now possible for you to rescue Ferris. The advantage gained cannot be underestimated. Okay, so I've summoned Pegasi and Treemen. Ooh, those sound pretty cool. So, map-wise, I've got the Iron Keep down here, which is where we need to go to rescue Ferris, the Mechmaster. This is a fairly small map, so this is looking like it's going to be a straightforward combat. So, I'm going to put some light infantry, Shandel. Actually, I want Shandel in the front, because she has that spell that can affect enemy creatures. So we're going to put her in the front. Got the Priest of Handola over there. We're going to have the Sergeant kind of backing up the line. Get the 1st Barbarians and the 11th Swordsman backed up by the other barbarians, the 23rd Treemen. That'll be interesting to see how they stack up. We'll get some lizardmen over here in the mountains. Probably not the lizardmen's natural habitat, but hey, they might help out. Get some staff slingers, skirmishers backing up both sides. Get the longbowmen right behind the front lines. This is not looking like a great cavalry map. We're going to have to put the cavalry over here on the flank. And I should have actually tried to put the volunteers up front, but oh well. So we've got all our cavalry lined up right there, get some light cavalry backing things up. And then up in the front we'll put our Eagle Riders, some Pegasi, some Flying Snakes, and we have our Conjurers in the back. So, that's the army. So we only have 10 turns to do this one. So let's look at those units that we summoned. So these Pegasi, melee 13, armor 9, so a little bit fragile. And what was the other one that we summoned? Oh yes, the Treemen. So the Treemen have a very high melee, but only an average armor. If we compare them to our other heavy infantry, so they're 17 and 12. Our Barbarians are 18 and 19. And our Lizardmen that have leveled up are 13 and 15. So the Treemen hit harder than the Lizardmen, but they don't have as much armor. Do they have a higher morale? They do have slightly higher morale, it looks like. So, down here we've got some Goblin Archers, some Skeleton Slingers, Skeletons, a Rolling Man. So this is a mechanical unit, low melee, high armor, only 10 life, and I think mechanical units are typically vulnerable to magic. And the Bronze Man has those same categories. So the Priest of Handola, what's his spell? Cast Bless. So he can bless friendly units, which I'm sure will be useful. For the Conjurer, let's see, we're going to get involved against this skeleton at the Starfall Altar right away. So let's cast Death Wounds on... why can't I cast it on those? Oh, I can only cast it on people I'm adjacent to. Well, let's cast it on the Treemen. So, these Treemen now can move down and attack. And as you can see, all the casualties they inflict are deaths. So 11 of those skeletons are just dead now. We'll move Shandel up there. And we will cast Charm on these skeletons. But they resisted. Well, we found 80 gold, okay. Now we can get our cavalry down. Let's actually get the slingers down. Do some slinging first. Did take some defensive fire from those archers. Move the swordsman down to finish off those skeletons. And then we can get the barbarians in to lay a beating on those skeletons. We have some skirmish cavalry here, which can zip down this way. Oh, there is a steam front. I can't abort that move because I saw things. Okay, I just ran my my volunteers straight into an enemy unit. So the steam font, which has low melee, high armor. Yep, that's an ironclad elephant, all right. Wow, interesting. Vulnerable to magic, but a little bit scary. Let's get the Priest of Handola. I don't know exactly what blessing does. Let's cast Bless. Okay, they're all blessed. Great. What does that show up on the card? No, it doesn't. Great. I'm thinking the steam font we might want to kill. So I might want to get my Sky Hunters down to attack it. Let's push across the mountains with our units up here. Get the archers down here to provide supporting fire to him and supporting fire to him. We can get the sergeant down this way. We can move our barbarians down to provide help to these units, and he can attack that rolling man. We will take a little bit of defensive fire, but the barbarians hit so hard that it works out all right anyway. We will now move the Eagle Riders down. Really, I want to attack that archer, but I'm not certain what else might be behind them. Probably not all that much. There's a cave right there I want to explore. Let's attack the archer. We did break the archer, which is great news. Let's get the Pegasi down, see if we can't finish him off, maybe. Oh, he's not totally finished off, but he's not healthy either. So that's fine. They can't move yet. Get the 12th Centaurs. I could charge down the Skeleton Slingers. That would kind of leave my cavalry in a bad spot. So instead, we're going to come down this way and attack him. Did get some defensive fire, but we killed the rolling man, which means these centaurs can now come down and attack the archers, which opens up our flying snakes to attack the archers. We can move our cavalry forward, get these flying snakes. They do have some bombardiers down here and a sky hunter of their own. So those goblin archers are now pretty well wrecked up. And that's going to be everybody. We're not terribly vulnerable anywhere except, excuse me, this archer unit. They are a little bit vulnerable to an attack from these guys, but I think it'll be all right. Okay, so they attacked our centaurs. He summoned a whirlwind. The flying snakes are broken. Oh, he has an artillery unit. That's very depressing. Fortunately, I didn't lose any units, but I was not aware that he had an artillery. Okay, so my volunteers are taking casualties, but that's alright, they're just volunteers. So, this flying snake is broken and has 3 dead and 10 wounded, so they need to rest to try and get back whatever they can. I've got to kill this unit because I need ranged units down here to deal with those screamers. So, I need the swordsman to come down and attack those archers. And then I need the barbarians to come down here and attack those archers. So the archers are gone. You... it's saying that you will take more damage than that's worth, so fall back. Let's get you up here. There's skeletons on the ground, is the problem. So charge the skeletons. Good, push them back. Now move up there, and... skirmishers can't attack ground. Can't attack flying units, only archers can do that. So let's move the archers up to at least provide some defensive fire. You move up. No, you hold on, actually. Let's get you up to try and finish off that rolling man. You come up to deal with the slingers a little bit. Chandel, can you cast Charm on the siege engine? No, too far away. Okay, Chandel. Because what I really would like is I really would like to attack that screamer, but I don't really have many units in a good... I'm going to have to bring these guys over to do that. So instead, why don't you just move down and attack? You have pretty good attack stats. Pegasi can't quite reach it. Could reach the artillery. But they've got these bombardiers right here. Let's go for the artillery. That's it. Wreck those guns up. That's what we like to see. You need to fall way back. We'll replace you with a fresh unit. So those skeletons are pretty broken up. Let's get you down here and blast those skeletons a little bit. Let's get the conjurers down. Cast death wounds on nobody. You shoot those skeletons, or sorry, that steam front. And we'll try to kill it. Didn't quite kill it, but we can blow it up that way. Now you can skirmish down those skeleton slingers a little bit. You can help finish them off, and you can move down to attack the bronze man in that city. I think that's everybody. So we haven't lost anyone yet. We do still have a Sky unit and Aelkar's spells to deal with, but the Eagle Riders, I believe this is the unit. I put a magical item that gives them high magic resist, so they shouldn't be targeted. I might lose one of my flying units here. Cause, actually, where did my, got those. Few ground units, few flying units. What is that? Oh, that's an Iron Giant. Wow, those stats, though. That's incredible. That's dangerous. I don't know where my flying snakes have gone. Few flying units. I had 2 flying snakes. And they see, oh, there they are. It just wasn't scrolling over. Okay, I might lose this flying snake. The 8th flying snakes, which would be really sad because they're the ones with experience and they have a magical item on them. But unfortunately, I don't think there's anything else I can do for them right now. So let's just end the turn and see what happens. And he cast weakness on my fire beetles. Attack the staff slingers. Nope, the flying snakes are still alive. Okay, so my flying snakes aren't dead. What I need to do is... I need to... Are there any units nearby? No, if there's no enemy units nearby, then these flying snakes should be able to just rest. Yes, and regenerate 10. Excellent. So they can rest. They can rest. Okay, we've got a good bit of regeneration done. Let's move down there, drive off those skeleton slingers, so that I can occupy the town and attack the bronze men. Get over there and do a little bit of skirmish damage, maybe? Or not, I guess. You rest up as well. Okay, so we've won the battle in the air at this point. You attack him. Yep, Screamer's gone. Artillery gone. Okay. Everything is looking pretty good. Attack him, bronze men gone. You rest to heal up. You move down here and attack the archers. You rest up. You move down this way. Cast death wounds on that barbarian. And then the barbarian can attack those archers, inflict a whole bunch of casualties. Get the archer down, the archer can trade some fire and finish him off. And then we can put the sergeant out here to guard the archer. Meanwhile, you rest up, get your health back. Do you have any dead? No, just 4 wounded. Okay, you get down here and attack those archers. I think I've broken through the enemy lines. I think they have a couple of skeletons, a couple of bronze men. They have these balloon hangers. These are basically flying ranged units, so they can attack ground units very effectively, but they're very, very vulnerable to sky hunters, of which I have a number. So, I'm not too worried about them. However, I do want to get my cavalry down here to try and finish off those skeletons if I can. Apparently I can't. Let's get my archers down here to provide support fire, and I think that's everybody. Let's see what ail. Oh, he's got a dragon. He has a dragon. Yep, that was bad. Okay, so we intercepted. So when a bombardier unit attacks a ground unit, nearby sky hunters, nearby air units can intercept them, which is what happened there. Let's move you out, actually, because I need to get my archers down there to attack. So those balloon hangers are now broken. And we will get my... So that green dragon there is going to be a problem. Melee 12. Armor 11. Actually, my flying snakes can take them on pretty effectively. My Pegasi are going to need to rest. Down here, I have these cavalry need to fall way, way back. How many dead do they have? Only 2. You can't reach anybody, but I need you to move up. You, likewise. You, can you recruit? No, why can't you recruit? Oh, because you're beasts. Beasts can't recruit, that's right. Let's get you forward. See, I want to attack those balloon hangers, but because I have a unit below them, and sky units can only attack the same square, I can't. You have only 1 dead. You rest up. You move down here, and bless everybody. Let's push him down. Rest her. Cast Death Wounds on that barbarian again. That barbarian can come down here and usually kill him. Then the sergeant can take the town. Do a little bit more killing. The archer, come over here to provide support. You rest. You advance. You shoot him. No luck. Okay, fine. That's just fine. These flying snakes I think are going to be okay. Well, if the green dragons attack them, then they might not be okay, but here's hoping that doesn't happen. Oh, it's a whirlwind. At least it's targeting the Pegasi. Okay, so the balloon hangers took a whole bunch of casualties doing that, which is good. The skeletons are taking a whole bunch of casualties. Basically, the attacks that turn on me were completely ineffective, which is exactly what I like to see. Yeah, try to finish off those balloon hangers. You didn't finish them off. You finished them off, which is good. Move the barbarians down to attack the skeletons. Get rid of them. That iron giant I really, really don't like. Try blessing everybody again, and see what effect blessing has when they move. The only irritating thing about this game is that since it is so old, it doesn't really have a manual, so I just kind of have to experiment to see how things go. Let's finish off those bronze men. You can rest. You attack him. Well, the lizardmen are broken, but I did take the town. Shoot him. Shoot him. No luck. Okay. Fine. Let's move my wizard down. So who do I have that I need to be doing things with? You rest up. You. Actually, this cavalry can fall back to make room for him. Move forward. Then my Pegasi can attack him, maybe? Okay, did some okay damage. Flying snakes need to rest, though, to get their health back. I will move the tree men down here to attack that skeleton. And okay damage. Acceptable damage. Unexceptional damage. Let's get some skirmish damage done on the Iron Giant, because I really, really don't want to go into melee with 22 attack and 30 armor. But if the skirmishers can get some damage done with no retaliation, then that's great. Okay. I think we're in a good place. He is summoning a whirlwind on me, that's to be expected. Those bronze men killed themselves. The Iron Giant actually took a reasonable amount of damage from attacking those staff slingers, which is what I want to see. Oh my goodness, there's an ogre there. How did I not see an ogre? That ogre wasn't there a minute ago. Alright, well. Let's get down here and attack that dragon just to kind of keep it on its toes. So we did a couple of deaths there. You rest. You have a skirmish attack, but you have a ranged attack. So you get that regular ranged attack in. You get some skirmish firing on the ogres, and then you attack in melee. Good, excellent, what I like to see. You get some attacks in. You, actually, you just rest up. You are right next to an enemy, so it doesn't help you all that much, but it does help. I want to... Yeah, I wanted to do that. Your troops have found 80 gold Cobra men attack in response. Oh my goodness, Cobra Men. Wow, Cobra Men are pretty tough. And they have Force March, which is an ability that many infantry have. Let's get some skirmish fire on the Cobra Men. You rest up. You rest up. You, come down here. Can you cast Charm that far? No. Okay, that won't really do any good. Let's actually abort that move. Let's move you over this way to help deal with the Cobra Men. Cavalry-wise, let's run our cavalry down, get a charge on the ogres. You can... you're just a volunteer, right? No, you're a summoned unit, so yeah, you can just attack. I don't care what happens to you. You, however, need to rest. Staff slingers have already fought. Yeah, let's run a cavalry charge on the Iron Giant. Wow, that's a lot of damage. That was more damage than I was hoping for. You have 5 dead. You just kind of wait things out. Get the archers down here. Put some fire in. Get you down here. Bless everybody. Hopefully it helps with defense. I think it probably should help with defense. I really don't know. And you kind of position yourself to attack next. Okay. We're in a good spot. I just hope I don't lose anybody. I don't think I'm gonna. Green dragons are disordered, but just wounds. Okay, the Iron Giant is broken. The 7th Fire Beetles are disordered. But since he's broken, that should mean I can pretty much finish him off. Come on. Yep. Come on now. Oh, come on. Just die already. There we go. Now the swordsman can take the castle. The enemy offers to surrender. I'm actually going to turn that down because I want to finish killing these units. Maybe get a little bit more experience or something. So, yeah, you go down there, hit them a little bit. You flying snakes. Actually, you back off. You come down here and bless everybody. You rest. You rest. You resting won't do you any good, but you might as well rest. You can rest. You can rest. You, lizard men, can go fight these cobra men. Basically, you may notice my troops are taking a lot of wounds, but because of the way the experience system in this game works, taking wounds in combat actually doesn't... Hello, balloon hangers. I thought you were dead. Taking wounds in this game actually doesn't impair you so long as you survive the fight. It's only deaths that are problematic for your troops. So, you know, hits like that where I took a wound, honestly, that only helps my experience. It's only deaths that eventually will chip me down. So, that's, yep, we got rid of the Cobra Men. Now you, go attack those balloon hangers. Just get rid of them. Attack those green dragons. Try to get rid of them. You barbarians, just go away. You finish off the green dragons. You shoot at the skeletons. And you attack the skeletons. Okay, got them finished off. So all that's left now is the balloon hangers, I believe. So long as I can kill them in 3 turns, I'll be fine. Attack. And attack. And attack. And that is it. I am the victor. So, the Mechmaster Ferris thanks you for rescuing him and gives you the Mercury gun he was working on. He agrees to stay at this factory and build mechanical units for you. In the tower's treasury, you find 100 gold. Some is spent on research. So, if we look at our research, I'm most of the way done with werebears. I can also research the Iron Giant now. So I can research the Iron Giant, the Steam Font, The bronze dragon, I have the green dragons, the eagles, and the bronze dragons all researching here. Mercury guns and naphtha droppers in place of rock knights. So that'll be interesting. Interesting. I'm not going to change my research just yet. Healers, that sounds like that would be good. But to look at my army, I now have access to mechanical units. So I can get bronze men who are vulnerable to magic but have relatively high stats, especially very high defense for their cost. If you compare them to lizard men, their armor is quite high and their melee is only very slightly lower. They are slow. Light infantry, I have militia, of course. Skirmishers, archers, cavalry. I now have access to rolling men, so if you compare to fire beetles, much higher armor, significantly lower melee, and a little bit slower. Overall, I find mechanical units not terribly effective, except in that some magical units are vulnerable to mechs. I do have access to screamers, who are... they're a little bit worse than flying snakes. Bombardiers, I have access to bronze gliders. Interesting. I don't really use bombardiers all that much, though. They have quite a bit more armor than the Hawk Riders, and they have the same missile attack, so that might actually be worthwhile. Then siege engine-wise, I have spatter guns, who I think have the same range as catapults, but they have less of a siege attack, although more armor. That doesn't seem useful. Anyway, so it's nice to have more options available. Army-wise, I'm satisfied with how my army is doing. I do definitely like my Sky Hunters here. I think they're doing an excellent job, doing the side proud. And I got a Mercury gun, which has a siege attack of 12, which is pretty dang high. But in any case, that's going to be the end of this episode. I do have a couple more battles to do before we get to the Citadel of Necrophis and deal with Elkar the Shadow Wizard once and for all. But thank you all so much for watching. If you liked this video, stay tuned. More of these will be coming on the regular. Leave a like, leave a comment. That's how you help the channel grow if you're interested in that, and it's also how you let me know if what I'm doing is to your liking. So thank you all once again, and I'll see you in the next one.